Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, then turn that notification button on right now.
I hate this idea that you're the best. Because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. There's one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass. Imaginary brass rings that it's finally dawned on me that they're just that. They're completely imaginary. The only thing that's real is me, and the fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even in commentary. Nobody can touch me.
The core idea of pro wrestling is storytelling. The wrestlers are characters, and what happens inside the ring is the process of settling conflicts between these characters. But what if the characters are mute? What if they didn't talk about anything prior to the conflict and just settled whatever it was in the ring? Well, that'd be pretty boring because they're not really settling anything. This is where promos come into play. It's an essential part of storytelling, and without it, it's pretty hard to push forward a story and make people care about it. But then again, the promos are only effective if it's delivered the right way with the perfect amount of emotion and intensity.
See, Coach, The Rock's New Year was simply electrifying. But what The Rock wants to know is, how was your New Year? Did you sit at home all day playing pocket pool as you usually do? Did you watch yourself on Access as you usually do? Or maybe you sit and listen to your favorite artist, some music. You listen to some of The Rock's favorite? Listen a little bit of Mystical? Is that who you listen to? Jay-Z? Maybe Destiny's Child? Is that who you like, Coach? Who's your favorite?
Barry Manilow.
Who?
Actually, I like Barry Manilow. Copacabana. Yeah, the hottest spot north.
Sweet cream on an ice cream sandwich. What in the blue hell are you doing?
The ability to talk on the microphone will be the theme of today's list as we dig deep into the WWE roster to find out some of the best talkers in the promotion. So here are 10 of the best mic workers currently in WWE. Bray Wyatt's career might be stuck like a duck in the desert witnessing mirages of bathtubs, but his microphone skills deserve credit. The Eater of Worlds is a victim of bad booking. After starting out strong, the gimmick soon fizzled out and Bray is still struggling to keep the ends together. But one thing that has been constant throughout his journey is his good work on the microphone. Most of his promos are hard to decode for the fans, but the way in which Bray delivers them is what captures the attention of the audience. The different variations in his voice buckle up the listeners for a roller coaster ride of emotion, and it's just a shame that WWE hasn't made proper use of his talent. Samoa Joe rarely talks, but when he does, everyone sure as hell listens. The first occurrence of this phenomenon happened when Joe was in NXT, but it was exposed to a bigger crowd when Joe feuded with Brock Lesnar.
I drag us all back down to reality. Reality is, I kicked your ass last night. That's the reality. Oh, don't worry about that, because sooner than later, I'm putting your ass to sleep. On the Samoan trophy case, that's a claim for a title opportunity. The excommunicated Samoan, thrown out of his own tribe, that took an F5. You'll never see Brock Lesnar in a title match again. Mark my words, never. You're done. You're finished. See that? You see that? That's your advocate. That's the man who knows you better than anything. Hey, you need to listen to your advocate. He's protecting you from me. Because in his heart, deep down, at the bottom of his soul, he knows I'm the one. I'm the man. Hey, you look at me when I'm talking to you, or we can straighten this out right now.
The amount of passion that Joe brought into his promo was one of the reasons why the storyline succeeded in the first place. The specialty about Joe's promos is that they usually aren't very long. He doesn't use words unwantedly and keeps everything crisp. This no-nonsense attitude also comes up with his in-ring performance and in turn brings in synchronization. The lack of gap between his microphone skills and his in-ring work makes him more legitimate, and this is really something that most of the upcoming wrestlers fail to achieve. Back in what will be referred to as the days, women performers rarely had the opportunity to deliver promos on the microphone, as they were only on the show as eye candy and really weren't given enough time. Thanks to the so-called women's revolution, things have changed for the better. Today, the in-ring caliber as well as the microphone skills are valued more, and this has paved way for superstars like Alexa Bliss. Aside from not being the most exceptional in-ring performer, Alexa absolutely kills it on the microphone. Whenever she talks, the line between herself and her character completely disappears. This makes her promos feel more genuine, and Alexa still has a lot of years ahead of her, and with the right kind of experience, she could even go further up this list in the future. The promos of Kevin Owens, well, a lot of it's just trash talk. They really aren't that cryptic, and they're not laced with fancy words, and they're really not hard to connect with. All these qualities help Owens stand out from the crowd, and the best part is, he talks just as well as he burns people on his Twitter page. Over the course of his stay in WWE, Owens has delivered some intense promos. He often comes out cocky and brash in them, and also he makes sure that his work entertains the fans. Interestingly enough, WWE is yet to completely utilize the microphone skills of Kevin Owens, which really made him notorious on the independent scene. Stephanie McMahon has aged gracefully and matured as a performer over the years. During the starting days of her career, she was usually overshadowed by either her family members or even Triple H. But in recent years, Stephanie has managed to break out of the shadow and cement herself as a powerful character of her own. One huge reason for her success is the way she handles the microphone. When Stephanie speaks, we will be able to feel the power and dominance of her words. The suit perfectly plays with her character, and when needed, she will also bring in the evil traits of her father to gain extra heat. The career of The Miz has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. No one saw him as a legit main eventer until he started in WWE and ended up proving all his doubters wrong. The positive trajectory of his career also reflected on his microphone work as well. He is a much better talker these days when compared to what he was when he first started out. Miz has this unique ability to toy with the fans, and he mixes it up with this "I'm above all of you" attitude to get the job done. Today he has the ability to hang with some of the best talkers in the business, and things will only get better for The Miz as we move forward. The fans first got a taste of Ambrose when he was a mouthpiece for The Shield in WWE. The stable was actually heavily dependent on the Lunatic Fringe's ability to convey messages, and the reason why WWE entrusted Ambrose with the responsibility was his mic skills. Once The Shield broke up, it proved to be yet another opportunity for Ambrose to shine. For instance, if you know someone who doubts the microphone skills of Dean Ambrose, show them the promos that he delivered during his feud with Seth Rollins. The intensity in those promos was sky high, and it seemed as though Ambrose really hated Rollins to the core. While he was not involved in the most interesting stories after, he still delivered the goods on the microphone whenever he is called up to do so. Vince McMahon is one of the best wrestling promoters out there. The way he steered WWE through all the winds and waves itself is the proof of his business skills. However, the sheer brilliance of McMahon often overshadows his skills as a performer. Even at his current age, there aren't many superstars on WWE's active roster that can outclass McMahon on the microphone. Looking back, the chairman's best phase with the mic came during the Attitude Era. His verbal wars with Steve Austin were a treat for the fans. And if you think about it, if McMahon was weak on the mic, the Austin-McMahon rivalry wouldn't have worked the way it did. McMahon's inclusion in this list sounds a bit unfair since he is semi-active, but it should be noted that McMahon is still involved in all aspects of WWE. Although his promos might sound cheesy and too good to be true at times, Cena has solid mic skills. In fact, he is one of the most underrated mic workers in the WWE right now. If we pay close attention to his promos, we can see how brilliantly he holds the audience in his palms. Then you add in Cena's charisma to this talent and we got ourselves a deadly combo that is thought-provoking and entertaining all at the same time. The best part about Cena on the mic is how he has reinvented himself over the years. Over the past few years, his promos have shown the shades of shoots. This gave rise to some jaw-dropping moments, with the latest one being Cena calling out Undertaker for posting workout videos on Michelle McCool's Instagram page. No one, and I mean no one, sells a match better than Paul Heyman. From his days in WCW as Paulie Dangerous to his current run as Brock Lesnar's advocate, Heyman has mastered the art of captivating the audiences through his promos. It was this talent of Heyman that made him a force to be reckoned with in the wrestling business when he came up through ECW. Give the man a mop and he would make sure that the fans would buy it as the best wrestler in the world. The list of Heyman's skills and achievements are endless, but if one thing had to be pointed out for the sake of this list, it would be his association with the Beast. Imagine Lesnar and Lesnar's matches without Heyman's promos. Yeah, I think you get the idea, don't you? That's how good Heyman is. Do you agree with this list, or did we miss out someone? Let us know who we're missing in the comment section below. And these were 10 of the best mic workers currently in WWE. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I'll see you later with more wrestling videos.